Ahoy, Let's Watchers, it's me, your valiant Captain Vasco, and welcome back to the world of Skylanders. Check out something weird I've realized between episodes. So if I do this one, and then do this one, I can, like, knock Bomberman's troll bombs into the air for some reason. They don't necessarily explode, I was just timing it that way for comedic effect, I guess. Looks pretty cool. I don't think that's actually ever useful for anything ever. Maybe that'll change in the sequel, which is actually already out now, but I still got a little bit of this game to beat before getting there. As a reminder, in the last episode, we took on the Quicksilver Vault in order to find some exceptionally shiny goo, and along the way, we encountered some vicious game design tactics where picking up collectibles gets you killed. You can go watch it if you want. I don't really want to think about it anymore. But, yeah, back here with Bomberman. Gonna buy his Soul Gem ability, which I've been really excited to try out. It seems like a really useful one, but it's one I've never played with. So, gonna buy it. It's kind of expensive, but we got a bunch of treasure last time. Let's see what happens. Okay, can't skip this one. I don't know why. Did his little jig there. Alright, so let's check this out. So I press B, and then press... Do I just walk into them? Yeah, if I just walk into them, they'll, like, move in a straight line. It's actually kind of Bomberman reminiscent, interestingly enough. What I don't like is that they spawn behind you. I really want them to spawn in front of you, because you have, like, a lot less... I guess if you face the wrong way, do it, and then walk into it, then you have control over it. It basically does what I want it to do, but I'm still not sure if it's as good as I think it is. But now that I've shown that off, let's tag out to the other Skylander who got a fair bit of treasure last time, Garchomp. And let's buy a sweet new upgrade for him. Gonna go with Razor Fin. Lets him deal damage with his fin while burrowing underground. I'd like to be able to get his Soul Gem ability, even though it's not super useful in battle. But in order to unlock that, we're going to have to wait until the Adventure Pack levels, which I'm going to do in the order that the game prescribes them, because they each have a chapter number. Don't know why they did that, but they did, so I'm going to follow it, and I can't get this upgrade just yet. So, as a result, Razor Fin. And I can skip this one. Oh, that's cool. The Razor Fin makes him look different. Some upgrades will actually change the physical appearance of your Skylander, apparently such as the Razor Fin, which makes your back look like a knife. It's kind of intense. I kind of like his normal look better, but this is super intimidating, so I certainly don't mind it. Anyway, we've got the upgrades for today out of the way. Let's head back down to everybody's favorite, like, passive-aggressive talking ancient statue, and see what he can do for us in the way of getting the last eternal source we need to complete the Core of Light. Yeah, that's right. We're up to the last eternal source level. That means we're very close to... well, foiling Chaos's plans, I'd assume, right? The whole point of this was to stop the darkness from spreading to the Skylands, and that was mainly his plan, to, if you pardon the unintentional pun, incite some chaos. But yeah, now that we've taken this exceptionally slow log ride across the lake, we can make our way back.
Would you like to go to our armory now, Skylander?
Yes, take me to the Arkeyan Armory.
Excellent. Then the Arkeyan Armory awaits you.
I really don't like that pronunciation. For some reason, looking at that name, I always want to read it Arkeyan, so I will probably continue to do so. But I realized I was sort of like going against the grain in the last episode and wanted to at least make a point of it. Chomp, chomp, chomp!
These caverns hold much of what is left of our once proud civilization. Restore power, and you will find the eternal magic source within. But be warned, Skylander. Restoring power will also awaken the ancient Arkeyan defenses that have lain dormant for thousands of years.
Okay. Take robot to find the temple. I don't know what that means. What robot are you talking about? I wonder facetiously. So we got two switches here, I think. Or is that one actually a switch? Well, here's the light switch.
At last, it is time. After untold ages of darkness, light.
Surprised they didn't go for the Let There Be Light obvious reference. Everyone loves to quote God. Before we tackle any enemies, let's switch to Sheik, who really got gypped out of a lot of experience that I wanted to give her in the last level. And then, yes, this is a switch. Yeah, I totally remember correctly.
Skylanders of the tech element are stronger in this zone.
Hey look, the first collectible. How very convenient.
Long ago, the evil Arkeyan sorcerer kings who lived within dark cities deep underground met their doom. The free magicians of Skylands combined their strength to bind the royal city of Arkus in a vault of eternal sleep. All that remains of their decadent empire are their machines, toiling away in the darkness for all eternity.
Now that is how you make a story scroll. See, that's really sweet. That gives you background about both the Skylanders and the level you're in, and the entire world that the game takes place in. Like, I wish more of them were like that. I enjoy the ones that are like funny troll jokes and stuff, but I feel like a lot of them are just sort of like, yeah, Skylanders, you're playing that game. How you like it? Buy all our playsets and toys. But, yeah. Another sub-rant aside, another new enemy to confront, the defense drone. That tower thing isn't really the drone itself. The glowing green circle on the ground will make the drones. The tower itself will just control them. To the point that, there we go. Finally pulled off one of those combo attacks. They're kind of tricky to do. Like, it's easy to do the combo attack with one button, because you're just pressing the one button. But when you're doing, Sheik's special combos, you gotta do, like, AA hold V, which is that craziness. And then, like, AA hold X, she just, like, spits. It's supposed to be like a cloud of poison, but it kind of just looks like she's like, bleh. Like she's handing off items in Minecraft or something. But, yeah, we continue to make our way across. Oh yeah, more of these guys. That's what's up ahead. I'm not where you think I am, doo-da, doo-da. Oh, that's not where I want to be. Yeah, like I said, it's kind of tricky to nail the timing on these combos. If I wasn't doing this so late in the game, I might be better at it by now, but I've never actually used this upgrade before. Wow, look at all this nonsense. Look at it. You see the nonsense. You're here. I'm assuming that, like, the poison spores thing probably isn't going to be super effective on these robot turrets, but hey. Oh yeah, it doesn't do damage. It's just like Pokemon science. Poison doesn't work on steel type. I'm down with that. Alright, now that those guys are cleared, monster gate's down. I think there's another wave of enemies before we get where we're going, though. Yeah, here we go. There's a bunch of defense drone slots. Kind of obnoxious. Oh, hey there. Didn't mean to do that, but I did it. That's actually fine, because I picked it up on my killing blow that got rid of all the enemies. Right. Here's... This switch will open up the way further into the level. But before you take care of that, don't forget to explore this hallway up here, because it's fairly easy to do that. And by do that, I mean forget to do it. But yeah, you walk your way up here. Oh look, more enemies, and a treasure chest! The drones can actually be fairly threatening. They have a quick rate of fire, and they do a fair amount of damage. Depending on the type of Skylander you're using, it's tricky. Like, close-range ones have a more difficult time dealing with them. If you have someone like Spyro or any other ranged one out, like, they've got a better chance of just sort of, like, blanketing the field with damage that you can take out the control tower without endangering your own Skylander too badly. But, if you're just patient and reasonably quick, you can handle them with anyone, I think. I feel like Sheik's probably one of the trickier ones to use. Who's going to pilot my giant robot? I think my tech Skylander is the only reasonable choice. It doesn't actually affect how the thing works at all. I just think it's kind of cool to use a tech Skylander to control... That's right, a giant, stupid robot. Look at this guy. Look at this giant mess of a robot. Holy crap. Alright, so here's the controls on this one. A will punch platforms out of your way. We'll also punch enemies if you're close enough. And B, I guess it's A and X. I'm using Xbox 360 controls for anyone just tuning in. But so like A and X will both punch. I think they do different arms, or does he just alternate? Yeah, I guess he just alternates. But so you can like fire lasers. They're kind of slow. Their recharge rate is a little bit difficult to work around. The punching is really effective on almost anything, but you got to get close, which often means taking some damage. Basically, both attacks are useful. Just sort of keep spamming everything with your giant robot, which is what you're naturally inclined to do, so not a big inconvenience, I don't think. The trickiest enemies to hit, there's like a type of like helicopter enemy. I guess they're supposed to be those same drones from before. They look a little different to me in this section, but I could easily believe that they are in fact just those same drones. Those guys are really tricky to hit, but they don't deal you a lot of damage. There's equivalents to like the Arkeyan Ultrons, who have just like lasers instead of like those barrages of obscene missiles. They do like more damage, but like usually you get close enough to them that they don't have enough chances to fire a lot of shots to deal damage to you. I will freely admit though that I'm actually pretty bad at this section, despite the fact that it's totally rockin' and awesome. I mean, it's a rockin' awesome robot. How can I not be excited to play this level? That's just got like a part where you're like, oh, by the way, I want to pilot a giant robot? Yes! Basically, that's my answer to anyone who's going to ask me, do you want something giant robot? Even if the answer is, do you want to get killed by a giant robot? I'd rather get killed by a giant robot than most other things. I mean, that's a really sweet way to go if you're gonna necessarily be killed. I mean, certainly I would prefer to pilot my own giant robot and be responsible for killing bad guys, but again, just giant robot equals good. For anyone keeping track at home. Giant robot, good, yes. My only real disappointment with this section, other than the slight awkwardness of like the laser control, like it's not a very useful secondary attack. Every now and then you can like snipe something out of your way, but like for the most part you're really just punching everything, at least from my experience. Maybe someone out there is like really good with the robot. And if you are, I would actually be interested to see a video response to this where you're like sniping like all these helicopters out of the sky with your laser. Like if you're really good at this section of the game, please leave a video response. I'd love to see it. But yeah, I was saying something about something. Oh yeah, my disappointment with this section. It's really, like, I think this is a great idea. I mean, I guess there's two disappointments. One, I wish that they had done more stuff like this in the game. Just like a short segment with a really cool different idea. By the way, I'm now fighting another giant robot. He's punching me, but apparently he's even worse at this than I am. Usually, I actually get pretty close to dying at that point because it's another giant robot and has roughly the same firepower as me, and thus is pretty much as intimidating, and I've already taken some damage. But like, I wish that they had diverged from the main gameplay in more areas of the game that weren't just the puzzles. Like, there's a couple of things. There's, like, those two boss fights. There's this. But, like, you know, there's just not a lot of diversity in this game. But, like, it seems like it's a cool world, and there's enough going on here that you could come up with, like, really cool stuff. Like, hey, pilot a giant robot in this, like, ancient civilization's, like,
Behold,
technology
the
bunker.
eternal magic source.
I'm not sure what flipping that switch did exactly, but there's the eternal magic source.
In the main vault, at the center of our temple. In order to unlock the main vault, 3 switches must be activated in smaller vaults. These vaults will require a security key card. You will find the security key card somewhere in the lower level of our temple.
Attention duelists, that thing is not a key card. It might be a key, but it is certainly not a card. But yeah, that cutscene there sort of addresses the other thing that I found slightly disappointing about this level, or really just that main robot section. By the way, there's like a little like dock here leading back onto the giant robot, but you can't get back into it, which is lame. But I find it a little bit frustrating that they're like, oh yeah, sweet giant robot, and then that's like not the end of the level. There's just sort of like regular level after that. I mean, like, I really feel like that would have been like a great climactic way to end, you know, the run searching for an elemental source. In this case, you know, the magic source. But it actually probably would have made more sense to do it as like a tech thing, don't you think? I feel like it would have been more interesting to be like, you know, you especially since they already set up this sort of like troll warfare thing. It could have been like the final confrontation there was for you to steal their weapon, and it was powered by the magic source. Like, that would have been like a sweet thing to do. I don't know. Again, like, I feel like that there was just like a little bit of wasted potential in this game. Like, the core of the game is great, but like the aspects where they branched out from the core of just like walking around and like beating up on enemies with whatever character you choose, which is a great mechanic, and I really like that a lot. But the main way they diverge from it is those puzzles that really just don't contribute to the gameplay that, like, most people, I imagine most people are, like me, excited for, like, the battle stuff and, like, doing things with their characters. And, like, the puzzles, like, literally take you away from your character. They can be done with any character. The characters contribute almost nothing. This is a horrifying mess of lasers. I'm gonna switch to someone who has a better shot at dealing with that. How about my magic Skylander, Spyro? But yeah, I don't want people to get confused. I do really like this game. I mean, I know... Here again. I'm attacking the orbs, and now they're disappearing, whereas in the previous level, when I was attacking them, like, nothing would happen. But I do really like this game, despite the fact I've been complaining. I think the fire levels and the undead levels are, like, my least favorite, like, strings of levels. I dislike the Troll Warehouse level for reasons I've discussed ad nauseum. And, like, I don't like the fact that there are levels that they force you to play twice to get to completion. I mean, like, I don't think that I could really beat these levels in one try, but, like, the fact that there are levels where you literally couldn't get everything in one go if you were, like, a total expert at the game, I find that frustrating. That's sort of a personal thing, but I still find it frustrating, and I think it's something of a weakness of the design of the game. Right, I don't need to be here. So these doorways will be important later, but that's for later, and we'll figure that out at a later time.
Behold,
hey, the magic source.
The eternal magic source.
You already pointed this out.
It is imperative that you now retrieve the security card.
You already pointed that out. And
there.
You already pointed that out. It was really unnecessary to have both of those cutscenes. Am I wrong? Leave a comment. So yeah, we got this big fancy spiral staircase that leads us to, honestly, this is like the bulk of the level. And like normally I think that would bother me, like it's the sort of thing, I mean, it's similar to what bothered me about the first fire level, whose name I can't remember at this time, the one that's not the Lava Lakes Railway, where I was like annoyed that it was a small level that was very like labyrinthian. But, like, here I like it because the reason everything is so condensed and small is because they spent a lot of time making a really fun and interesting and different from all the other levels aspect to the level with the giant robot. Like, if all of the elemental things had something that set them apart in the same way as the giant robot or the Earth boss, like, I think this game would be much stronger on the whole. Whereas most of them are just sort of generic, like, get through this level that has slightly different enemies. And then fight chaos. What is shooting me so much? You should be dead. I killed your drone tower. Oh, there's another drone tower here. Maybe that's what was shooting at me. Whatever. He committed robocide. Okay, so let's back out with you. Step in with Sheik. Pick up his key card.
Excellent. You have found the security card.
Man, he really likes to interrupt this guy.
Panel.
Hey, look, a thing I want. Yes, I understand. You've pointed that out as well. You've pointed out everything in the level at least twice now. Maybe we could take a break. Alright, this is a soul gem for... Oh my god, no, 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 no! Don't laser me again. No, not soul gems of death. None of that. No, please. It was a soul gem for Voodoo. I don't know what it does. I've never owned a Voodoo, but, like, I wasn't going to stand there and let Arkeyan Ultrons beat up on me for no good reason. This is probably the most frustrating thing about this level. Once you get the key card, this pathway here is just like swarming with enemies. And not just enemies, like a bunch of these hammer guys who I don't mind so much, and then like 2 Arkeyan Ultrons. Those things I mind tremendously. How is he even like shooting me from that far away? Leave me alone. You guys die. Yeah, this is a situation where I feel like using my alternate combos is just like getting unnecessarily fancy and gonna get me like shot to death or something. Leave me alone, bombs. There's really no good way to fight these guys. You just gotta stay moving, I think, is the best advice I can give to you. Blick. Alright, I'm gonna try and deal with them piecemeal, but before I head back up there, I do still have some unfinished business back here on the ground floor. First, some enemies here that I could kill for experience. Experience is good. Whoa, drones. Whoa, drones. Whoa, drones. Cool your jets. Cool. Well, I suppose they're like helicopters more than jets, so cool your rotors. Jeez. That was rough. They did more damage to me than the Ultrons have so far. That's not acceptable. Here's a treasure chest. Who do I want to have this? Actually, I think I want Spyro to have this. I think he's lagging a little bit with his upgrades as well. I'm trying to get everyone's upgrades before the final level. I think actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to put one more... I'm going to put like a bonus episode in between... this and the final level, where I tackle some heroic challenges, maybe take care of some stuff that people want me to show off. I can think of at least one thing someone asked me to do in the comments, and just grind for a little bit of experience so everyone's at least like level 9 by the time that I get there, and hopefully has all of their upgrades. I think that's a good plan. What do you guys think in the comments? I can always just like grind the stuff off screen if you're not interested in seeing heroic challenges or whatever, but I don't know, I feel like that's a part of the game, and some of you'd probably like to see that. Might even show off some of my B-team members if you guys want to see that. So again, just let me know in the comments what your preference is. I'm gonna go in and do this air area. Alright, so this, I got that. Okay, so air gate. We got another one of these wonderful tornadoes that barely work. And we have to move quickly or else we'll get warped away. Alright, so here we've got like a quasi-platforming section, which again is something a little bit different. I mean, I guess we've done similar things in the past. Like the life area in the last level. Sort of a similar concept, but for some reason I find this one kind of charming. I think it's just because the platforms do a couple of unique things that they don't do in any of the other levels, so it's like, it feels a little bit different. Now, you should pause here on this gap between these two, like, sets of 3 platforms that are, like, sinking back into the wall. Because there's a treasure chest over here that you can only get by doing that. Who gets the treasure? Sheik gets this treasure. I know I just, like, tagged Sheik out to, like, not get treasure last time, but you didn't notice that until I pointed it out. Maybe. I don't know. Shoot. Yeah, I think all of the treasure actually stayed up here. Oh, why'd I say anything? I'll get that later, maybe? I think it'll stick around. We'll see. Run, 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 run. Okay, cool. So, yeah. Oh, yeah, gotta bounce. Oh, I probably missed it. I missed it. I missed it, guys. Well, at least now I have an excuse to do this. That was too ambitious. I thought that I had already reached the quasi-checkpoint space. But I hadn't, so I have to do it all over again. It's not that big a deal. This is a pretty quick section. Once you've nailed that one jump I screwed up, the rest of it's like really easy. Like I actually had already done most of the hard part, if you can even call it that. So there's the low platform. Takes you to the other thing. This takes you to the shelf space. Run, 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 run. Come back out again. Run, 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 run. Now we wait for this thing to get close. It will not get all the way to this platform, which is why the bounce pad's here. That was kind of close, but I did it. Okay, now we need another bounce pad. I gotta switch back to my Air Skylander, because I want her to get the hat here, because I'm sick of this Mohawk nonsense. That almost, like, knocked me off this platform for no good reason. Switching Skylanders can be a risky proposition. Alright, so these ones are gonna lower. Just sort of a time penalty if you fall off, I think, is the main reason this happens. Here we've got like a snaking platform. It's a little bit hard to see. I remember this being slightly brighter than this, but okay. Oh. Hang on, hang on, hang on. Okay, there's that. And now we have this sort of alternating gauntlet thing, where like the low platform will come all the way to that ledge, and then it will like meet up with the far one. And then you sort of go back and forth. Back and forth. Man, this is way darker than I remember. What's up with that? Probably because I was playing with an HDMI connection before and I could only record on RCA. That's some behind-the-scenes stuff. I can't even actually see where I am, but I think I'm on the platform. I did it somehow! Hooray! My reward is a wizard hat! Holy sweet, wizard hat. Plus 25 elemental power is not actually a very good prize, but wizard hat, yes please? Nothing else to pick up, so let's warp back out of here. And, yeah, let's take the crappy garbage tornado back to where we started. Alright, get out of there before we end up warping back to an unnecessary place due to, like, bad wind physics. Now I'm switching to an Earth Skylander for two reasons. One, it occurred to me after recording that I never did show off the fact that Earth Skylanders can break through rocks just by attacking them. Secondly, the legendary treasure of this level is hidden behind rocks, and there's no pickaxe in this level, so you can only get to it by using an Earth Skylander to break all the rocks. Does Garchomp get this? I'm not actually sure. How much does Sheik have? I want her to get some upgrades before too long. She's got a bunch, though. Yeah, I guess he gets it. That's fine. Someday I will want to get his totally useless Soul Gem ability. My plan for Skylanders Giants, by the way, is that I'm probably going to, like, level everyone to max in this game, collect a little bit of treasure, and then maybe let you guys decide from, like, the pool of my A and B team characters who you'd like to see me do that run through with, and then, like, obviously pick up at least a giant or two and maybe one or two of the new Skylanders. But that's my goal, so if you've seen any of that stuff and have any preferences, leave some suggestions in the comments. Lots of things to comment on today as this game is winding to a close. Oh, I'm gonna get hurt. I'm gonna get hurt. Oh, it was close. Punch, 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 punch! Punch him to death! What the heck was that? I killed him! Lame! I'm getting lamed all over the place by these Arkeyan Ultrons, you guys. You see this stuff happening? This is half the reason I make videos. It's not actually, but might as well be for all the crap that goes on in Skylanders. Come on. Alright, guys. Smash! Oh, run away! Wow, that was weird. The laser, like, locked onto me instantly after, like, skipping, like, a reasonable distance. Aw, food? How did you know just what I wanted? Christmas has come early for Garchomp. Garchomp's been wearing this coonskin cap for a while. A lot of my Skylanders actually haven't switched their hats for a while, excepting the ones who I just switched. Man, I really hate these Ultrons. Like, they're the only enemies in these levels that I really object to. Like, one of the things I actually really like, that I didn't mention in the last episode about the set of enemies here... Oh, come on. Run away! Is that they really give you the feel of, you know, like, you come in here and it's supposed to be sort of like, ancient robotic defenses are sort of reactivating to defend the magic core, which is, like, a really cool idea. I like that. And I feel like the things like the turrets and the drones and stuff all fit that really well. It just feels like, oh man, like when I get close, the turret activates and tries to fight me. Like, it just feels really cool. Like, this is one of the better defined worlds in terms of, like, what's going on and why you're here and why things are happening while you're there. I don't know, I just really like that. I think it's really effective. How are you still level 6, Sheik? We gotta fix this. Alright, now that I have the card key, as pointed out 6 times, I could take it to this, like, security desk, which was pointed out about twice, and, make a bunch of new enemies.
Now deactivate the 3 switches within the smaller vaults.
By smaller vaults, he means the weird doors. Pointed out 2 of them earlier. That one is the 3rd. Basically, each door contains a switch and a couple of those hammer guys. I don't think any of them has any other types of enemies in them, but I might be wrong about that. Hi there. Yeah, that's something to watch out for. You want to give them some space when you first open the vault, because they will be primed and ready to attack. It gives them a slightly unfair advantage, but it's a reasonable thing for you to be cautious when opening them anyway, so I don't think it's like unfair of them to like have them attack you immediately. Oh yeah, there's a couple new enemies here. And by new I just mean like these guys weren't here before, not like we've never met them before. Come on, level up, darn you. For some reason, one of my practice runs when I opened this like mini vault, like the guys inside just instantly exploded. Like I wasn't attacking them or anything. Like that just happened. Yeah, took some unnecessary damage there, but I also leveled up. What? Alright, 2 switches deactivated or activated or whatever that's supposed to be doing. 1 more to go downstairs. If you're speedrunning this, you're actually probably better off hitting up the one downstairs first, because then you don't have to wait for this door to switch like 3 times. If you follow my logic. You have to switch the door to go downstairs, then you have to switch the door to get back upstairs to the security desk. Then you have to go back down here at least once to open this vault. Who gets that food? I don't think he's gonna need it, but I think Garchomp's gonna get the food. I kind of like the Razor Fin. I don't know. I'm a little bit undecided. Like, I like it and I don't like it. I could live without it, but it is kind of cool. Yeah. She just leveled up. She could still use experience. Hi guys, how you doing? Run away! Swords and stuff! I fight you! Now, this is another type of enemy that if you just keep wailing on them when they get close, even though they have the shield, you will just eventually kill them. Alright, here's the final switch.
All switches are now unlocked. You may now retrieve the eternal magic source.
Well, that's great news, because I need that thing you said.
Light.
Thank you for expositioning that. Just so we're all clear. Actually, I suppose you don't need to go back up afterwards. I don't know why I thought that you would. Because the magic source is just right there in the center. So once you go back up the staircase, it's just sort of there. And obviously picking up an eternal source always ends a level, so that is the end of this level. Obviously switch to Spyro so that he can pick up the appropriate elemental source. It still looks like it's trapped when you get up here. But, that's fine. We did it, you guys! We collected all 8 of the eternal elemental sources. And in so doing, we've completed the Core of Light, the thing that allegedly protects the universe from chaos and the darkness. So let's go back and see what happens when we put it all together. I'm excited. Are you excited? I'm excited!
Portal Master, you have retrieved the final element, the very essence of Skylanders, the eternal magic source. The core of light is reborn.
Why, what's the matter, Glumshanks? You look, different somehow. Ah! What the? Are you kidding me? Glumshanks!
Master!
Glumshanks!
Master!
Glumshanks! Get us out of here! Full speed ahead! To the outlands! Ah! My darkness! My beautiful darkness! Well, I'm not beaten yet!
Hey, the darkness is gone. Oh, no wait, the darkness is totally still here.
We did it! Wowzers, the core of light finally assembled. Now a grateful Skylands thanks me again. And you are welcome. Boom!
Ugh, get over yourself. Things don't feel like they're, you know, done yet.
Oh, yeah. I see where you're going. That's because we haven't had our date yet. Double boom!
No, Callie is right. The core of light has saved Skylands from the darkness, but not from the wrath of chaos. Whatever weapon or power that he used to destroy the great machine before, we should assume that he could probably do it again. It's not over.
And hut! Sounds like we've got a job to do. We're gonna take the fight to the enemy right where he lives, his home base, before he can launch a counterattack. The core of light has revealed his location in the Outlands. I have the intel report right here.
That's it? General
was there for a hot
Robot,
second.
I can positively kiss you.
At ease, soldier.
Quite right. Of course. Now that we know the location of Chaos's fortress, our Skylander can mount a final assault.
Yeah, but how do you plan on getting there?
Why, the core of light, of course. Are
Say
you
what now?
ready to take on the evil Chaos and rid Skylands of him once and for all?
Lord, no, that sounds difficult. And trust me, it will be. I like that they don't even scold you for that. They're like, yeah, that actually sounds really hard. Yeah, I can't blame you for not wanting to do that. But yeah, I'm not sure exactly what the next episode will be. I think it depends a little bit on how much of the game you guys want to see, i.e. if you want to see heroic challenges. If you don't, that's probably just going to be me like level grinding between now and Chaos. And I won't show any of that, so it would just be a skip right to Chaos, but it might take me a little bit longer to put up the episode. I don't know. So definitely leave some comments. Hopefully I can address everything that you guys want to see in this game. And don't forget, Chaos will not be the end of this game. There's still a little bit to go afterwards. Thank you so much for watching. Next time, well, definitely get some upgrades, if nothing else. So yeah, if you liked what you saw, please like, subscribe, or comment. Any of those will help me out greatly, help other people find it, and hopefully help more people have fun discovering the world of Skylands. Till next time, I can fly!